Good evening. I'm Dr. Jude Mellor, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you to Ashby School's open evening for students who are looking to join us in August next year, 2025. I absolutely believe that a great school is built on a really strong ethos, and we have two concepts that absolutely underpin that for us. Our first is that anything is possible. Young people sat in this room today will go on to do the most amazing things, jobs that don't even exist now, using skills that we haven't even yet encountered in lots and lots of different areas. And it's our job to make sure that they truly believe that anything is possible and that they are really aspirational for whatever that future might look like for them. We partner that with our second ethos statement, which is empowering to learn. It is our job to make sure that your young people have the opportunities to encounter those jobs, to excel at those jobs, to seize those opportunities, and to utilise all of those different skills and experiences that we hope they will enjoy with us over the next 5 years and take them into that positive future, whether that be with us or whether that be somewhere else as they move forward post-16. We underpin that with our values, and we have 3 strong value statements, our 3 R's. The first of those is to show respect. We know how important that is. Absolutely, that's about saying please and thank you, but it's also about respect for learning. Respect for learning is trying hard. Respect for learning is letting everyone in a classroom learn. Respect is about acknowledging the work that teachers and educators do to make a great learning experience and making sure you try really hard in it. When students do that, they won't always get everything right, and our second value is to accept responsibility. We know we don't always get everything right as a school, and it's about having those conversations, understanding where things sometimes have gone wrong, working with students to make sure that they understand that and they can build forward from that, and really thinking about what responsibility means both to themselves and to others. We also know that students, as they approach secondary education, need to build resilience. The step from primary to secondary school is a big one. You will have walked around tonight, and many of your young people will have gone, gosh, it's quite big, isn't it? And absolutely it is. We have nearly 1,700 students on site here and across the road at Leicester Road, and we take 220 students into each of our Key Stage 3 year groups. We are a big school around that. And so we do need our students to build that resilience. We know they'll get lost, but it's okay because we'll find the way for them to get back to where they need to be. We know they will find something hard, but that's okay because learning starts at the edge of what you already know. And by giving them the resilient skills to step off into that comfort zone is where they learn best and where they get to embrace everything that we as a school have to offer. When that all comes together, we get great achievements. And you'll see on there our achievements from last summer for our Key Stage 4, our GCSE students, and for our Key Stage 5, our A-level students. We're really proud of those achievements. We also know that we will relentlessly seek further improvements. That's what we're about. We are a school that embraces change, we embrace challenge, and we keep working within that, inhabiting our own resilience ethos. But you'll see lots of great achievements there. For those of you that haven't stepped into the world of secondary education yet, a grade 7 is an old A and a grade 4 is an old C. And so you'll see we had 12 students who left us with entire A's in old money. What a fantastic achievement for those young people. You'll also see our A-level results there. You'll see again really great numbers achieving at really high levels. And 65% of our students went off to university. 24% of those went to Russell Group universities, so those real elite establishments, and you'll see some of those examples there. What fantastic opportunities for those young people those are. But we've also had an increasing number of students really successfully engage with apprenticeships, and we all know that that future landscape is changing, but you'll see some fantastic apprenticeship opportunities there with some really great companies in some really developing fields. And as we step into that new range of jobs, and that new range of opportunities, we should really celebrate all of those achievements post A-level study. So what does Key Stage 3 look like for your young person potentially? Across our group of schools within the Life Multi-Academy Trust, we have a real life curriculum. And at Ashby School, that is embodied through our Empowering to Learn area. What we do in Empowering to Learn is we take some of that content that we deliver at Year 7 and we wrap it in a learning experience that really develops young people's learning skills. We know when they get to GCSE level that we want them to have some skills, but they're not just going to attract them as they go along. We need to overtly teach them how to be great learners in a secondary school. And so we look at those areas of personal development, of religious education, and also careers. And we combine that content with developing their skill sets, building on that great work at primary school around literacy, developing further that oracy skill. How do we talk something to be able to write it really well and develop that as we move forward? And that metacognition. How do we think about learning? How can we make our brain better? How can we improve our memory? How can we make sure we've got the skills to connect learning from lots and lots of different places and build that great curriculum experience? We develop all of that through something that we call CREW, the idea that we set targets regularly in Year 7 and we develop learning skills to achieve those targets. We wrap all of that within our 3 Rs and make sure that they are absolutely part of that curriculum and base some of that content around those global goals. So really thinking, what is the big picture? What do we want our citizens of the future to understand? What do we want from those people that are going to be those future employees? How do we make sure our young people are equipped for success, whatever that may look like? Our Empowering to Learn curriculum is part of our Key Stage 3 curriculum, and our Key Stage 3 curriculum will be similar to other curriculum that you've looked at in other open evening events that you will have attended. We pick up the area of computing through maths. We have an extensive science faculty and facility, and so we're really able to explore those separate sciences. Those design subjects we have really great reputation for, particularly around the engineering. We have the opportunity to offer more than one language as we move forward. And if you've ever been to any of our productions or any of our arts events, you will know that we absolutely embrace those creative opportunities as well. And you'll see the photographs from the productions around the side. What a great opportunity for young people to really grow themselves and their skills into the future. Now we've embraced age range change, and this is the first year that we have students in every year group. So we have our first year 9s this year that started with us in Year 7 a few years ago. And it's been really lovely to have that very balanced feel to our school between the older and the younger students. It's been a really great point to get to. But you are therefore making a choice now for the next 5 years of your young person's life. And so Key Stage 3 grows into Key Stage 4. We have a really great option range at Key Stage 4. We add some extra things to the humanities, so business, psychology. Students will study 2 English qualifications. There'll be options of different sorts of PE qualifications where they want them. We add media into that creative section. We keep with the textiles, and some of you will have seen the beautiful work that they're displaying down in textiles tonight. And students have lots of choice to pick their way through those in Key Stage 4. Our Key Stage 4 continues that ethos, the skills and qualifications to open doors. Qualifications are only a piece of paper if you don't have the skills to use them. And so we work with young people to make sure that they have got those skills, that oracy, that teamwork, that independence, that goal setting, so they are the best version of themselves that they can be by the time they leave us, whenever that may be. For some students, that won't always be the right opportunity. It won't always be the right pathway. And so in conjunction with our senior leaders for inclusion and our SENCO, we have other options available where they are needed to support students. We have some of our own facilities on site for appropriate provision, such as our music studio, our hair and beauty, and we work with a company called Instruct around environment as well. But we also engage with other organisations around the locality where we need to make that more bespoke provision in Key Stage 4 and at Key Stage 3, where we're also able to offer Forest School. You'll have seen we've got a big site with lots of beautiful landscape areas, and so we're able to operate Forest School in there as well. Some of you will be sat here now wanting this to be the start of a 7-year journey with us, and we're delighted to hear that. We think our sixth form offer is a fantastic one. We have over 500 students across 2 year groups in our sixth form, and we're able to offer that bespoke campus on our Leicester Road site. So we have that campus feel, but still in that school ethos, and we think that's a really great mix for many of our young people to work with us. You'll see that huge range of courses with enrichment wrapped around those, and I've already alluded to some of the great futures that students have through our sixth form provision as they move forward. I've talked quite a lot about curriculum and around the classroom experience, but schools are more than that. You will have seen, if you've been to the hub, some of the great sports facilities that are over on our Leicester Road site. So students move across to use those. Our new fitness suite, we have our sports hall in there and our gym area. Some of you will have been up to us in the primary science fair last summer and had that experience, which is a really, really beautiful and successful event that students can engage with. We take our year 7s to Warwick Castle on a history trip and across to Bow Manor on a reward team building experience. And as a geographer, it would be remiss of me not to mention all those great opportunities up to the Peak District for our GCSE geographers. They've been this week. It was a bit of a wet experience, but they had a fantastic time up there as well. You'll see other experiences, Formula 1 in schools, and being that bigger school, we are able to offer some of those more niche events as we move forward. I hope you've had a chance to experience our facilities. You've arrived to our Key Stage 3 area. We have a sanctuary, not segregation approach to Key Stage 3 because we know the step from what's for some of you will be a very small primary school to a really big secondary school can feel a really big step. And so we have our Key Stage 3 area that is for our year 7s and our year 8 students. You've seen the dining area. They have their own toilet facilities. That's where their pastoral team is based. They have their own ball court, their own play area. They have access to the library within that as well. That's their area, and our older students don't come into there, but our younger students can absolutely go out. And we think that allows them to really transition successfully into what is a big secondary school. And we know that can sometimes feel a little bit overwhelming. We also have, and I hope you've seen, our fantastic facilities for science, our library, some of our arts facilities, some of our design facilities. We have our textiles room. All of those areas are available for our Key Stage 3 students, just as they are for our Key Stage 4. And where students do practical subjects at Key Stage 5, they come onto this site to do that as well. We think we provide great support for your young person. Every year group at Ashby has a year team leader. They're a non-teaching member of staff, which means they're available all the time to support young people. They celebrate their successes. They commiserate with their challenges. They help them navigate those ups and downs of secondary life. And they work with them around those 3 R's where they need that little bit of support to keep getting those things right all the time. Your young person will get to know that individual really well. And in many cases, they move through school with them. They're able to get to know them as an individual and to understand what makes them tick and how we can support them to be really aspirational and intrinsically want to do well at our school. We make no apology for the fact that with that offer comes a really high level of expectation. We have a really great culture here at Ashby, and that comes because we pay attention to the little things. We expect your young people to wear our uniform. We expect them to wear their lanyard. We expect them to wear their tie. We do not tolerate facial piercings. We want them to be doing all of the right things all of the time. When all of those little things come together, we get a really great learning culture. And when culture is right, learning is right, and when learning is right, students are successful. And that's what we all want. We want students who attend regularly. Being at school is really important. We want them here on time, so they're ready to learn and able to embrace all of that opportunity. And we want your support when we work with you to make sure that that is the case. When school and home connect really well, then great things happen for our young people. And we are all invested in that. That's what we all want. And so be really clear that if you choose Ashby, you choose those expectations. I will not make apology for it. It's absolutely part of what makes us tick and what makes us successful. I hope that's answered some of your questions, but some of you might have other questions. If you have questions around transport, and some of you will be considering Ashby, but knowing that requires bus transport, then people are available in the dining room. SEND support is here tonight if you want to ask them any questions, as is our pastoral team. If you're in receipt of free school meals, then have a look at our pupil premium offer and look at how we can help you there. And members of my senior team are around as well. So I'm going to finish by going, why Ashby? I think we have a great offer for your young person. I hope that that's really come across tonight. I hope that you've had opportunity to really ask those questions. We have our sixth form ambassadors around. Many of them have been with us for a number of years now. Ask them, why have they stayed? Really get underneath what Ashby means and what it means to be a student in our school. Talk to our staff, ask them about curriculum, ask them about learning experience. Talk to our young people. Some of our current year 7s who were sat here 12 months ago are here as well today, and you will be able to ask them questions as well. Have a real think about what school is the right fit for you. We really hope that for very many of you it's Ashby. It won't always be, and that's okay as well. Please remember the deadline for applications is the end of October, and have a lovely rest of your evening. Thank you for your attention.